Still talking about, you did mention earlier that when you had your issue with David, even some of the dancers you were trying to protect didn't have your back. And there were a lot of people, a lot of the dancers who did voice out saying that, well, you don't even treat your fellow dancers well. Some of them say, oh, you don't pay well, you treat them. Lead us into that. Like, how does that work? Do you have a team, for example, and how does this payment thing work? And why is there a belief, or where did that belief come from your fellow dancers?
Well,
I would
say not treating someone well is really relative to what your expectations are as a person working with somebody. If you set your expectations in a wrong way, even if I do the right things, you might feel I have cheated you. You might feel I've not done enough, or you might feel I am lying. We are in an industry whereby I also need to protect my clients. There are some times where you do jobs, the money doesn't come at the time you want it to come. I'm not going to come sitting down with you and telling on my client that they are stupid people, whatever. Things happen in different levels. Now, most of these dancers don't understand some of those business scenarios, and explaining it is like you're just compounding. But the best you can explain is the money is not ready yet. When it's ready, we'll reach out to you. You understand? And most of the time, what I try to do in my company is, if you're a dancer that is regular in our agency, what we call all the time, 9 out of 10 times, we give you jobs, that you get jobs, we give you jobs. It's only going to be 2 out of that 9 that you'll be owed. Because we ensure that, oh, this is one kid that has not been paid. There's another gig on the ground. Let's call that same kid to come so that it can help him balance his life for that other check he's waiting for. But you don't have that patience all the time. This particular case that made everybody sum me up was the Calabar Carnival scenario. And I'm even a victim of it, because for 3 years I've spent a lot of my money paying the Carnival's debts back to hundreds of people that I have to hire. So imagine me paying hundreds of people every year because I'm not paid fully every year. I don't know if you get what I mean. So there's always going to be a backlash on stuff like that. And when negative news does not particularly pinpoint a scenario, they generalize and say they don't pay. I'm not the person holding the money. I'm not the musician or the artist. If there's no money, no fund coming in, we need to tell you what it is. It will come. Now, when they get paid, nobody goes back to say, oh,
I've been paid.
We've been paid. So it just lingers in there. We just decide, like I said, when I started this business, there was no payment for dancers. It was almost like you're working for free. I came here to create a structure, and in every structure there are ethics and there are rules. A lot of dancers don't like rules. Those are the things that are actually even affecting us from the kind of growth we need as an industry. We need to understand the ethics of trade, the rules of engagement, and expectations, how to limit and understand expectations within an engagement or contractual agreement. Once all that education is able to, information is continually provided, most of them reform, because they now get it. Because some break out of you and go and start their own business. Then they realize they're going through the same thing. Then they come back and say, yeah, you take one. You try, these dancers won't give me, say their money. I say, but when I told you then that sometimes it's not our fault, you thought someone was being a bit greedy with money or whatever. So.
Very, very well explained there. To go completely away from this now, because it just came to me now, because I mean, it's kind of hot in the news now. I don't know if you've been on social media, seen all of the drama with Yahoo boys. There was a lot of talk about, some of them being arrested, apparently, allegedly, from a nightclub. What are your thoughts on it now? Because there's been a controversy. Popular socialite Nobuligwe had tweeted and saying that there are certain people who should be arrested, And he did insinuate that a lot of them are in the entertainment industry as well. What are your thoughts on this?
I'll say Yahooism is in every industry. You understand? Entertainment is just a flashpoint where people can easily come and display their wealth. So it's easily seen. There's some of these guys that do this thing that probably are not nightclub guys. And they have been raking billions for years, sitting in some corporate, nice pad or pod. And just because they are not in that lifestyle, you don't know that they are equally as shady as the guys. But I don't think it is nice to subject it to the entertainment industry. I'm just saying the entertainment industry allows a huge pool of people, different kinds of people.
All sorts of people.
All sorts of people. You cannot, it's like saying in the church they are criminals. People call for salvation. There's so many people there. You understand? You cannot pinpoint it. I do agree with him that yes, it's a hub for people like that to wanna always express their wealth.
You don't think it's exclusive to entertainment?
It is not exclusive. It cannot be exclusive. Entertainment is like jackpot money. When you make it in entertainment,
everybody,
it rolls out. Yeah,
all right,
it rolls out.
Speaking of Kaffy now, like I said earlier in the show, you're married, you have 2 kids, I believe.
Yes.
How's marriage life treating you?
Wow.
With your busy life.
Yes, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
You know, quite opposite to the meals and boons I used to eat.
It's quite interesting.
Quite interesting, but quite, I would say, when you allow God to be in your choice and the decision of being married, you find out that it's not about how you should be treated in it. It's actually about another level of growth as a human that God has created for you to become.
Nice.
You understand? Yeah. So I realized that...
You're willing to learn.
Yes. It's another level. It's like when God brought you to earth, He allowed you to have parents.
Yeah.
After a while, other factors start to teach you. After a while, you break out that you need to become on your own. Because how do you become a booker and be? You understand? You become individually, then you now start another level of becoming when you are in union.
There was a lot of talk about, you know, when you were going to get married, about the fact that he was younger than you.
Yes.
How much of a problem was it at the time? Did you consider it before you decided to go into it?
I didn't even know that I was older than him.
So it didn't matter?
I didn't even know.
And it's never mattered
He was the one that told me that...
He's like, you senior me.
Yeah. I was like, because when I'm attracted to a man, it's more than... It's not about look at it, it's about the mind.
Yeah.
So the way his mind was and what connected me to him was so like we're just friends. It was never initially, oh, I like this guy, let's go out. You know, we're just friends for years. He's the one that always called me. I always forget his name. I would call me and I was like, my name is Joseph. I was like, hey, hi, the drummer. Oh, the drummer. You know, and he'll call me like a few months again. And you have to remind me. It's like, the next time I call you,
you better
reminding you again. So it started as a very good friendship. And nice. I just saw somebody that I felt my life can affect his life positively. Yeah. And I just felt like that. And that was just it, you know.
Beautiful.
So the age thing...
the age thing didn't matter. Thanks for clearing that up. Are you seeing some dancers in your kids yet?
Can't even hold them back.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I try to trace back my own time at their age. I even asked my dad, Daddy was like this. He said, you are like this, but there are more.
So you better be ready.
Yeah, be ready.
But that's good. Does it make you happy?
It makes me really happy that they're embracing it beautifully. Yeah. They're embracing it intelligently, beyond my expectation, because I believe that I'm blessed with how my kids are growing up. And I just know that they're going to be more. Because if they are embracing dance this much, my kids are not necessarily going to be dancers, but my kids are going to use that tool that they have to become something so strong and powerful that I'm sure I'll be very proud as a mother.
Amazing.
At the end of the day.
That's nice to know.
Yes.
Well done, well done, well done. Future plans, I don't know, are we going to be seeing you in movies? Are you going to be writing a book? Which I think you should, because I'd like to read a story about you. But oh, nice.
Yeah, I started an autobiography since when I was in, I love to read, I love to write.
Okay.
I've always been a writer. It's just that the entertainment industry and the challenges I faced as being a dance entrepreneur really took me back a little bit from things that I love. And I know for sure I'll be writing books. I'll be writing children books as well. I want to do children educative art programs. I want to be into television. So this year I'll be launching my online TV platform for the art industry so that we can express ourselves. We can have interviews like this. Also calling on artists and asking them, you know, what are their plans? We want to, the dance industry is so huge that people only see us from the stage.
Yeah, they don't know
we are
what
bigger.
Happens. Yeah.
My dream is to build an opera kind of empire, a Dangote's kind of empire, through dance. So I have subjected my company, my old business, and I've expanded it into understanding the service needs of the industry and expand enough to provide them.
Beautiful.
That is one. Secondly, the costume and the manufacturing part is growing. Like I said, the TV station, I have a reality TV show called Beyond the Dance coming out very soon. 2 seasons already shot.
Oh, okay.
So I've been very, very busy. Trust me.
All right. Amazing stuff. Thank you very much, Kaffy. There's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, so
an entrepreneur par excellence. Looking forward to all your great plans. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much.
And well done with everything. And congrats on the award again.
Thank you very much.
But like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at WhyNigerTV is the handle. The hashtag to follow is Dropping Minds. You can also visit our website, whyniger.tv. Remember, we're always here every Sunday. I'll see you next week.